special day for the appreciation of teachers. Happy Teachers Day made tremendous changes and has grown in leaps and bounds. New avenues are devised for research progressions to bring tangible outcomes to unleash nano-agri inputs, nano-food systems, nano-diagnostics, remediation and the likes. This
intellect process is also. With these kudos, we are glad to invite Dr. P. Balasubramaniam, Director, Natural Resource Management, to offer the welcome note.
The most respectable and honorable Chief Guest of this today's function, Dr. S.K. Chaudhary ji. It is my present duty to welcome this gathering today. This Center for Agricultural Nanotechnology, this department started in 2010 and it has grown from small aspect and they got a very big funding from several agencies by our previous heads of department, and it grown to the level of after 14 years we have developed several technologies. For this occasion, this is the first conference of the department is organizing. First conference, this Global Conference on Nano Connect 2024. For this, our esteemed the Deputy Director General of ICR, the best soil scientist, my good friend, we were a close relationship from the Indian Society of Soil Science for a long time. I welcome you, sir, for this occasion as a chief guest to honor this function. Next, I welcome our visionary leader of the university, the first woman Vice Chancellor of the Asia. Next, I welcome our Assistant Director General of ICR, Soil and Water Management, our own alumni, Dr. Velmurugan. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Your presence is always recognize our university in a better way. Next, I welcome the former Director of Research and Head of the Department, founder Head of the Department of Center Komati Madam, and I welcome all the university officers who are in spite of the several I welcome all the university officers in spite of several busy schedule. All have come. You are sitting in front of us
Thank you, sir, for your warm welcome address. His intellect in nanotechnology is admirable. His scholastic aptitude is unassailable. The epitome of soil science, an avant-garde in nano. With these PhD assistants, we are overwhelmed to invite Dr. K.S. Subramanian, former Director of Research, former Professor, to offer the felicitation note.
Good morning to all of you, respected Vice Chancellor, partnership, and student friends. It is one of the greatest moments. I feel proud that we have reached this level. So I started working and reading lots of information over the period of time, and I heard two important events which I attended that helped. One such training I attended is the Punjab Agriculture University, where I gone through training myself and Chinnamuthu, Nadarajan. Those are the pillars of nanotechnology in the center. and we had undergone those training. It helped a lot. And further training was in United States, where I learned a lot how nanotechnology could be transformed to agricultural sciences. Dr. Gunasegaran also participated in that event. And Dr. Richard Feynman nicely said the plenty of space at the bottom. When the process and product which is developed, atomic manipulation, which is very precise, that is what needed in agriculture. I put this transformation into nano-agriculture. If I define the word nano-agriculture, infuse nanotechnology concepts and principles in agriculture sciences so that the process and product will be precise to deliver input. We conducted 2 sets of national level training. I conducted a conference in 2011. It was referred as Nano-Agri. We did not have enough speaker within TNAU or SAU or ICR. Most of the speaker comes from IITs and ISC and conventional universities. That's the way we conducted. That particular event set the stage where exactly we think of nanotechnology. The second conference was conducted in 2017, that is Nanotechnology for Green Revolution, Evergreen Revolution. That was conducted. At that time we were equipped, we had few grants and we know what to go. The process are set. In 2024, the present head of the department, the organizing secretary, Gombadi made it global. Certainly this particular department deserves lots of appreciation because whatever the technology which we said it is important at that time without knowing what it is, we thought of nano-agri input, nano-diagnostics, nano-food system, safety of nanomaterials, and finally the biosafety, use of nanomaterials in the country, nano-remediation. Those are the prime areas we identified. This is very important for the country, very important for the university. I am very happy that TNAU took a lead in this particular aspects of research in the country vis-a-vis Tamil Nadu Agriculture University. So that was the status that over the years, during my tenure also Director of Research, we harnessed 30 crore worth of project that helped us to understand nanotechnology better, and we got several products. Now I have seen a mini display was given. Most of the products are from TNAU. I am very excited to see at least 15 products have been kept for the display. Certainly industry will be interested to take forward to the next level. In the research front, we harnessed, this particular facility was created under ICR special grant. The special grant was given when TNAU was celebrating 100th year. We devoted 12 crore to set the facility, infrastructure development, manpower development, and we have scientists in place. Always when the head of the department receives 12 crore, the next question will be when we will return. I think I made a commitment to Dr. C. Ramasamy, then Vice Chancellor. He being an economist, he asked me when this money will be returned to TNAU. Our team had made a phenomenal involvement in this particular area of research, and we could generate 30 crore worth of project, more than what we received from TNAU. That is the thing, that achievement what the department has made. More than this, the department has done several things which is remarkable for the university. There are 2 Prime Minister fellowships came from this department. There is 1 international ICR fellowship came from this department. Recently 1 civil service pass in this department. This department is fantastic, as somebody was mentioning, small and smart. This particular department made a headway in development and so on. Also the Vice Chancellor is very specific about publication of 5 impact factor journals, and this department contributed at least 50 papers a year. More than 6 NAS-rated journals, and most of the scientists in the department are funded. Most of the industries have come forward to help this particular department to grow further in this area. About this outreach program, we conducted several training programs. I am sure that most of the trainees, whatever, when I was the head of the department, we conducted several rounds of training that helped the ICR scientists, also SAU scientists, acquire knowledge in this particular area, and now they all grown up scientists and they have their own way of doing things. And my final word would be, TNAU has played a very important role in policy making in the country. The policy making is very important. Unless you have the policy framework in place, you will not be able to succeed in whatever the products you develop. As a nano researcher, we developed several products. We did not have any framework. Thanks to Alok Gadwalia, myself, Dr. Anand Ramakrishnan, and the lead researchers in the country found a group, and we rigorously developed this particular document called DBT Regulatory Guidelines. That guideline serves as a guideline to promote nano products in the country. And thanks to our chief guest, and he is the chairman of Central Fertilizer Committee. He is so nice and he is very positive in listening to all the proposals, and we rigorously review and promote those products. Without his support, it is not possible. ICAR is in favor of such product development. I think we restrict ourselves to nano fertilizers, but several products can be developed with the help of nanotechnology. TNAU has developed technologies for fruit preservation, nano sticker, nano pellets, patents with the TNAU. I think with the help of Vice Chancellor, we can promote those technologies in the years to come to benefit large number of farmers. Certainly, this event is a very good one. Gomadi nicely knitted this particular program. 4 core areas in which scientists should know about it. Nano agri input, nano diagnostics, nano preservation of fruits and vegetables, nano remediation and biosafety. Apart from that, the technical program, there is a special program that has been organized. It's a panel discussion on way forward nanotechnology research in the country. These are the pillars promoting, priming students and staff in the years to come. They are the pillars, and they take forward to the next level. The growth and glory of the students come from teachers. Thank you, teachers. Thank you all, Teachers Day, and thank you very much. Thank you very much to Vice Chancellor and Dr. Gomadi for giving me opportunity to speak in a nano space, nano delivery. Thank you.
Thank you. Awards like Fakhruddin Ali Ahmed Award for his outstanding research. He owns several publications in his kitty. With these laudatory remarks, we are glad to invite Dr. Indian Council of Agricultural Research, New Delhi, to offer the keynote address.
Thank you. Very good morning to all of you. Respected chief guest of today's function, and Madam and my teacher, Dr. Gida Lakshmi, respected Vice Chancellors of TNAU, so all my scientific colleagues here, and all my dear friends and all invitees. Once again, very good morning. First of all, I express my sincere thanks to Madam and the organizer for inviting me to be part of this Nano Connect, that is a global conference. But I agreed to come not as invited speaker or anything else, just I want to visit my institutes, how it looks like and how it functions, to take a pride from this. And incidentally, it is to be the September 5, so I take this day to salute or pay my tribute to all my teachers from TNAU. Really, the building blocks of these institutes are the teachers. So on this day, Madam, Vice Chancellors and all the teachers, those who are here, and also my teachers, I recall on this day of September 5, we have to recall them. This is the day that we should pay our tribute to them, how rich we are. This I felt when I was there in US for my postdoc. I was with Dr. Ratan Lal, Professor Ratan Lal for my postdoc. So there I realized what is the quality of teacher. We not only produce students, those who are ignited mind, that's the purpose of the institution, but nevertheless, we should have building blocks. Really, the building blocks are the teachers. So fortunately, TNAU, confidently I can say, they continuously keep the best teachers in India to train the students. And still I feel it, because many of my classmates are still there in several faculty. Even they left the ICR service, they joined us. You may not be knowing what is the quality of the teacher which is required for this institution. Because I felt it when I visit abroad. What is the role of these teachers they play in keeping the institution going? That's what very, very important. Because in Tamil there is a famous saying, Thiruvalluvar has written, Vellathanai Malar Nittam, Mandadam Ullathanayathu Uyar. You may be recalling this. The way, as you think, the height, the flowers will also rise in the water. So here we have to note, when Thiruvalluvar wrote this poem, he is not put the singular. Vellathane Malarnitam, Mandardam, Mandar. It's a plural terms he used it, not Mandar. He should have written, if he means one person, if you feel great or if you are good enough, you will rise in the society. He is not using the term. He used a plural term. You have to look into this. Why he used it? Maybe 2000 years before. Many of them have not noticed this. Mandar means it's a plural term. It's a survival of the society. So how the society or how the institution feels, accordingly it will rise and it will flow. So coming to this context, I feel that the institution of TNAU, you have a common agenda, you have a common feeling that how the institution has to survive. It's all your contribution, not only the students, the way you raise the students here, the way you imbibe the knowledge, and above all, the way you make them attitude-wise. So this attitude building is more important for institutions like TNAU. So I recall this TNAU from my college day onwards. Later on also, the role of teachers into building that institution. So the way you feel teachers, that is very important. If you feel high and if you take pride in the institution like Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, your identity, then really you are making a contribution. In the muddy waters, in different plants, in different environment, so many things will be there. But above all, people will see the flowers which come out above the water. So that is what we have to see in an institution like this. With the able leadership of Dr. Gita Lakshmi, I have seen the last 2-3 years the institute's achievements also. It's really very impressive, and more particularly I am impressed with the way they build the infrastructure, the way they involve teacher-students interaction. That is what really important. If an institution has to survive, really it is the output. Output is here, the product is the student. So how do you groom the students to go outside and face it? So not only your GPA. So if I take myself, I am only average students when I was in my college days. But when I go outside, the way I was built in my mind, I realized it slowly. I recall several of my teachers, including our former Vice Chancellor Dr. Shankaran. He was my agronomy teacher in Madurai, Madam. And many of my teachers here, how they put in my mind the way we have to face the society. And additionally, I have seen among all the students, these trainee students, they have much more social responsibility, because your client is not only business, your client is mostly farmers and also rural youth and also agri-based industries, those who are the poorest section or weaker section of the society. So if your client is known and if your target is known, then definitely you will become little bit of soft corner and you will understand the social responsibility. So I feel that on this day, instead of talking about nano fertilizer, I recall and also I pay my appreciation to this institute where from I have been graduated. Thank you so much, madam, for also the TNAU staff for making the institution proud, and also very high standing at national level and also international level. And my good message to students is, when you go outside, you go anywhere, one is your knowledge and another is your marks or personal achievements. Above all, you will be branded with the institution from where you are. So if I sit in the interview, first I will ask where from you are. I am not bothered about what is your name and an institution. So the institution itself will give you what kind of character has been built into you. So when we look at the selection at national level and all these things, the character of the student or character of the candidate is very important. How you are combining with other people, how you are teamwork, this will give you almost 50% credit. So when you are facing an interview, saying that I am from TNAU, you are crossed almost 50% of your interview is over. So rest 50% is your personality. So that 50% is there. So it is a perfect time for me also to recall these institutions' support to me and also the coming days the student. So in the same context, if institutions want to be relevant in the international or national arena, it has to upgrade itself. So a conference like these or any other workshop or any other scientific intervention upgrade is very, very important to upgrade the institution and to be remain relevant at the scientific world. So under this context, I express my deep appreciation to all the organizers, Dr. Balasubramaniam, Dr. Gita Lakshmi Madam for their wonderful dynamic leadership to organize it, and Dr. Gomadi and the entire team of TNAU, those who are working day and night to organize such a conference. It is not simply a conference that we come and go and discuss, not like this. Whenever I go to the national, international conference, I observe this. Making relationship is very, very important. The way you make relationship is important. It is not that we are gaining a path-breaking knowledge we are going to give. That's not the case. For a student, for a staff, the way you handle the issues, the way you organize yourself, and the way you combine in a team, that is what very, very important to learn out of this. That is I wish the student will take this message. When you go outside, if you ask anybody from engineering or you ask somebody from other profession or even for that matter any administrative officer, and you remove them IAS, IPS or their official language, they cannot organize more than 50 people. But you have the capability to organize more than 100 people because you have been interlinking with each other. So that is what these conferences you will learn, not only the knowledge but also the interlinking and networking of scientists and networking of people. That is what you are going to be the real strength. So in this context, I really appreciate the student has to be provided with more exposure to how to organize the event with the national importance, like people like Dr. Chaudhary is sitting as I said Deputy Director General, who has been called as a chief guest. So such an event that how we will organize it. This learning will go into the minds of people. This will help you even if you are going into the industries. Because private industry, they look for this kind of attitude. How you are organizing. You are organizing it. Who will teach it? It is not there in any of the BBA or NDA books. This has to be learned. This has to be experienced. So under this context, this conference provides you wonderful opportunities for everybody. That is I feel it positively. Otherwise, there are a lot of people to talk about nanotechnology. I am not the right person to talk. And lastly, this nanotechnology, how its state of art is there. So we have been sitting in several national level discussion on alternate fertilizer material. So government is also desperate to introduce some kind of new technologies which will reduce the import subsidy, fertilizer subsidy, which goes more than 1 lakh crore as of now government is paying. And more particularly in this, urea alone consumes a large number of subsidy, and government is very, very desperate to reduce the import subsidy, particularly for potassic and phosphatic fertilizers. So how to do it? As an institution, you can also think of it, your churn of the mind, that you have to find some kind of indigenous alternate fertilizer material, particularly for phosphorus and potassium. So,
Suresh Kumar Chaudhary sir, Dr. A. Velmurugan, Assistant Director General, Soil and Water Conservation, and one of the proud alumnus of TNAU. Thanks for both of you taking your time and coming over to Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, which actually leading a Coromandel as an advisor, Coromandel Limited, and he is also here with us today to cherish this function. Dr. Balasubramaniam, Director, Natural Resource Management, Dr. Gomati, Organizing Secretary. I know how hard it was for her. She toiled to make this as a great success, running pillar to post to collect money like a honeybee. She has gathered everything, and I know how hard work you had put. My hearty compliments and congratulations for that. All the university officers sitting in the front rows, and the former university officers, and all the pillars of this university, Industry Connect, ladies and gentlemen, more importantly, my dear students, again a warm good morning to all of you. So today, it is September 5th, as everybody cherishes, this is the Teachers' Day. Okay, I fondly would like to remember the teachers, and before I go into today's business. Teachers are really important in each and everyone's life, even for the nursery kid. because of the love and affection the teacher shows on the kid, she or he actually likes to go to the school. Otherwise, they'll be so adamant that they will not be going to the school. So teacher plays a vital role in each and everyone's life. They did too in my life as well. I'm just recalling one of the finest teacher who taught me zoology in +2. Her name is Rajeshwari Madam. Actually, I had some confidence buried inside somewhere. We never know where our confidence levels are. She actually pulled me that confidence level and she showed me that you can do it. So that's why I think I'm here today. So I fondly would like to remember. So one incident actually made me really become very confident. You know, she used to keep like once she finishes the unit, first unit was done, and you know, she was actually giving a test to all of us, just like in any other class test. I also write the test. And she brought the test paper after 4 days, and with a bundle of paper she came. She started giving to each and every student, calling their name, and was like giving bombardment for what mistakes they have done. I was eagerly waiting for my paper too, and she gave everyone. I was the one who was receiving my paper the last. And you know, my heartbeat was almost like 100, 120. I was ready to receive all the bombardments. But in contrast, she praised me like anything, and she took my paper from the front row till the last row, showing it to each and everyone. This is how you have to present your kind of an answer. You know, after that, once you are put into that level, you will never be able to go down, because the expectations are to be filled, and you know, that actually made me little bit become serious about the study. So I fondly remember her. And in the college, I have to say many people, because I'm seeing one of the finest professors, Dr. KP sir, sitting in the front row. You know, he was returning, in our batch only, he was returning from US. And at that particular point of time, we have never seen the stickers. You know, people used to come with the lecture notes. I'm sorry. It's an economics class. You know, economics is always with the lots and lots of theories and kind of things, but he explains it to us very neatly and nicely. And you know, as a student, we all will have a lot of mischief, but sir will never allow anyone to sleep in the class, or anyone to not to listen to his class. You know, like once he does some 10-15 minutes of teaching, he'll just count 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, you answer. Like that, he used to make everyone like alert in the class. So, sir, thank you so much for all your teaching and other kind of things. We really learned a lot from you. Because you are here, I just would like to say, and otherwise also, like all the teachers who taught us each and every subject was really important to us. We remember fondly all the teachers, and my best wishes to all the teachers who are sitting here. A very happy Teachers Day. So it's a great opportunity for me to see all of you here, and this is giving me an opportunity to wish all of you. Okay, so coming to today's conference, I'm really delighted to be part of this inaugural function. And as everybody said, NANO was started as a humble beginning. Now this has grown to a very happy kind of a output they are giving from the Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. So now, like the conference title is kept in a very apt manner. Global Conference on Nano Connect. You know, connection is really important. We don't have to reinvent the wheel each and every time. We need to just find nice connections and try to patch up with each and every scientist so that we can gather information, what already has been done and what already has been achieved, what gaps are present and what need to be addressed. So this is one conference which is addressing towards that. So this conference will give a way for taking stock of what already has been done, and it will also develop some of the strategies for the emerging problems, and it will also work out the way forward. I'm very happy. 5 segments, 5 thematic areas has been very well designed, thought of and designed, and on top of it a panel discussion has been placed to find out the way forward. So this is a very well designed conference, I should say. So when we just take Indian economy, like we are right now 5th largest economy with something like $3.7 trillion USD GDP. Okay, but our aim is to become $80 trillion economy in 2047, which is not too far. It is roughly around 20-22 years of time. We are aiming to become number 1 in the global economy. So that means we need to just produce everything in a very efficient manner. So nanotechnology finds a place in that particular orbit, and agriculture plays a vital role. Everybody knows. Already 54% of the global population in India is engaged in agriculture in one way or the other. And 18.4% of the India's GDP is from the agriculture sector. So this 18.4% should become more and more because of the innovations that are happening in agriculture. There is a remarkable transformation in the technologies. You know, KSSR was also saying, Velmurugan also was saying about the transformations that are happening in the agriculture sector. Let me just take just one example of fertilizer. Previously, we have not been using any fertilizer at all. At that time, our yield levels were very low. It was sufficient for the population that was presented at that particular point of time. Then after that, once the population started to grow, then we had to have lot of food to patch up with the requirement of the population. So we had to go with the green revolution. So the green revolution, it actually invited lot of improved varieties that actually extracted lot of nutrients from the soil. So we had to replenish it with the artificial fertilizer. So Indian government started giving permission for the fertilizer industries, and we started using synthetic fertilizers like urea, DAP and so on. But one thing what we forget was, we do it on an integrated way. That we have forgotten. So we are paying the result for it. The soils have become almost inert. So now, you know, the transformation is happening. The transformation is happening in many ways. So one thing is, now, you know, water is also becoming preciously important. Leave alone paddy, the 20 lakh hectares of land in Tamil Nadu. Other than that, whatever the crops that we are growing in the upland irrigated condition, we are diverting everything on the drip irrigation. Even the coconut, even the banana, which are requiring high water, even the sugar cane, we are going with the drip irrigation. Now, it will not match if we go with the prilled urea and so on. Just dumping the fertilizers at the time of planting, and again 2-3 top dressing. Gone are those days. Now you are giving through the drip irrigation. Drip fertigation is the order of the day. So when the plants are in need of nutrient, we have to just apply the nutrients through the water soluble fertilizers. I am very happy in Tamil Nadu Agricultural University, with the leadership of Dr. Balasubramanian, 3 fertilizer units, water soluble fertilizers units have been established, and it has been made functional, and we are producing right now all 19 fertilizer, but now we are planning to go with the crop specific fertilizer requirement water soluble fertilizers. So this is the way the science is growing. So the use efficiency of prilled urea was really limited, less than 40%, but now the water soluble fertilizer use efficiency is more than 80%. So in that order, the nano fertilizers are coming into field. Nano fertilizers, they are really making a headway and breakthrough. And you know, with this, we are actually going for top dressing of nano fertilizers, and people are coming out and saying that 90% efficiency, at the same time yield level is increased by 30%. As a scientist, we have got a biggest role. Now we have to take into consideration of all the technology developments. We need to reschedule all the fertilizer requirements. We cannot just go on recommending 150-50, which was given some let's say 30-40 years before. Now because of the technological advancement, so many changes are happening. To that change, we have to now work, reschedule all the fertilizer requirement, and give a valid information to the farming community and government, so that the fertilizer cost, the economy is obtained with the fertilizer cost, and at the same time we are protecting our environment. So these are some of the things we need to definitely take it forward. Another important area where a lot of advancement is happening is the drone technology, IoT in agriculture, and also sensor based agriculture. You know, the sensors need to be used a lot, because whenever there is a deficiency, the sensor will give an alert. Based on that, we can just go with the application of inputs. So this is all some of the things which we need to do it. So another important statistics that is given is the total cropped area. I am not saying about the geographical area and the crop area. It is the number of crops per unit area. So that includes the total cropped area, which has increased from 131.89 to 219.15 million hectares in the past 70 years. So this number of crops has been increased because of the increase in the use efficiency. So during early 2000, the food grain production was just 200 million tons, but you will be knowing that the current food grain production is around 330 million tons, which was recorded in the last year. This is mainly because of the increase in use efficiency, at the same time improvised varieties and technologies. So we need to definitely honor all those people who contributed for it. Not only in agriculture side, but also in horticulture side, the improvements have happened. 3.31 crore tons of fruits and vegetables was done in 23-24, and if we are expecting that 4.5 crore lakh tons will be the production level in the near future, because we are now concentrating not only on agriculture crops but also on the horticulture crops, because to maintain the nutritional security we are giving equal importance. So these phenomena are made possible for mainly because of the suitable technology with efficient resource management. So in this particular conference, Gomati has invited, and with Balasubramaniam, the Natural Resource Management DDG, who is very apt person to be here to enlighten all of us with the important achievements that are happening. So as everybody else said, nanotechnology is one of the promising field and initiative in our country, which is giving lot of breakthroughs and headways. Especially the global investment of nanotechnology is increasing, which was just $30 billion in 2000. This has been increased to from the 30 billion, it has been increased to more than 2000 billion in 2024. Then you can just imagine how many fold increase in investment on nanotechnology research is happening around the globe. The major countries that are investing on nanotechnology is US, Germany and Japan. Still India need to concentrate more on investing on the nanotechnological research so that we become the global leader. Once we are expecting that in 2047 we become the global leader, we have to equally invest on science and technology and education. So that will only give us a pride and as a global leader. And the way the publications, Dr. KSS was also informing that at least 50 publications of NOS rated 6 and above is coming every year. I'm really happy about the performance through the publications from the nanotechnology department. But now this is not enough. We need to just publish more and more, give more patents so that the university ranking is becoming higher. I'm very happy to inform that 2023 we had something around 783 Scopus rated publications. In 2024, so far we are successful up to August. Around 540 publications have been given in the Scopus rated, but we are yet to have the publications done from the PG and PhD, because these people will be submitting their results in about 2 months time, and I'm definitely expecting more than 830 publications from the student research, so that our publication will get doubled from compared to 2023 in 2024. So my wish is all of you please concentrate, because this is the face value that we can give it to Tamil Nadu Agricultural University. There are so many important programs given from Government of India on the nanotechnology. Investments are also being made from the DST, from CSIR. In DST, they have just given nano mission itself, they have given, that is actually giving lot of scope for the people to work on the nanotechnology. So we need to just sign MOUs, work closely with them. So this is one way, the connect, that's what they have given, Nano Connect. So those things we need to do it so that we can reduce the time. So as I said, the nano urea is becoming a breakthrough in many teams of people are doing a wonderful job in that area so that we can reduce the import cost. And not only that, ENOS technology. So the ENOS technology for pest and disease detection and all those things are also happening. And quantum computing also it is happening. So mainly the delivery system, especially when we just see this Bharat Biotech, when they were finding a way out for the Covaxin, nanotechnology was one of the important area where they were working to release the Covaxin. I request all the students to be too attentive. If you start reading, it will take ages together. If you start listening to the people, because each and every presentation, at least the presenter would have spent minimum 10 to 12 hours to make 1 hour of presentation. So you are gaining knowledge by just listening to them. The 12 hours, 13 hours of their hard work, you're just just getting it in 30 minutes or 40 minutes. So please make use of that. Try to gather as much as possible. Think what way you can integrate it with your own thesis research work, how you can make good and quality publication, how you can bring in patterns from your own thing. Just get clue from this. So with my whole heart, I just wish that this Global Nano Connect conference should become a great success. My best wishes to each and every one of you. My hearty congratulations to the organizer, to the supporter, Dr. Balasubramaniam NRM, and all the other people who have sponsored for this conference to support this conference to be a great success. Thank you very much for inviting me and also giving me a space to share some of my views. Thank you.
Whether to say good morning or good noon or good afternoon, that's why Namaste Vanakkam to all of you. Worthy Vice Chancellor who is on telephone call at present, Madam Gita Lakshmi ji, my colleague Dr. Velmurugan, the ADG of Soil Water Management from ICAR, another good friend Dr. Balasubramanian, who is director of NRM school here. Lovingly we call him Balu or Bala. Dr. K.S. Subramanian, who we consider him is a nano man, although he's a very tall person, but he's a nano man. Madam Gomathi ji, who is heading presently the department in TNAU. Dr. K. Palanisamy, very senior colleague and very old friend. We worked together. He used to be the member of QRD of water management, and those days I was fully involved in water management research. And I consider him more as a water management man than the economist, or economist who diversified himself in all the aspects of water management. Water management is a different science compared to others. Water management is a multidisciplinary. Every time, every individual has to perform multidisciplinary duties. One soil scientist cannot claim that I am the man of water management. One agronomist also cannot say. One physiologist also cannot say. So that way, Dr. Palanisamy is really involved in all the aspects of water management, and rightly he was director here in WTC Coimbatore. Very senior colleagues, some of them were felicitated today. Very good thing is that very young people, they are present in big number here. All the senior faculty members, all the staff members of Tamil Nadu Agriculture Universities who are involved in this Nano Connect. And those who are connected virtually to this Nano Connect 24, I wish them all the very best, and it's nice that they are also taking part and participating interestingly, actively, though they are not present physically here. So dear friends, till now you have listened to the speakers. They were resembling very close to their photographs displayed here. But in my case, I may not resemble that. This photograph is a very old photograph. Okay? Anyway, it is my pleasure that I am here today. I wanted to come to TNAU, and I am trying for last 2 to 3 years, but fortunately with the God's grace, today we are able to make it. thanks to Madam Gita Lakshmi and all the organizing team and my very good friend Balu. Friends, you might have seen there are so many conferences being organized in the area of nanotechnology applications. But many of these conferences are related to non-agricultural subjects. And only a few scientific conferences they are on agricultural subjects organized by agricultural universities. TNAU is one of the pioneering university in the area of nanotechnology applications in agriculture. Although we speak more about fertilizers, but there are number of applications in agriculture itself. It's not only fertilizer, but there are so many applications, and each application is unique. And also, mind you, that each formulation is also unique. Not for research, not for technology developments, but I say there is a scope for discoveries. And discoveries often are not found when you go with the systematic experiments. And many of the discoveries, they are accidental. And there is a perfect possibility in the area of nanotechnology application. And when you say connect, now how to connect? Because just think of two extremes. Somewhere you have millions, mega figures, raised to the power 6 plus 6. The other side you have raised to the power minus 6. Now power is there, and power is raised. It is not inbuilt. By doing something, you have raised it. Power is same, 10 to the power 6 plus 6, 10 to the power minus 6. But 10 to the power 6, sometimes, although a lot of power is there, can create a lot of negative impacts. And minus 6, although very tiny, can make and can bring a lot of positive changes, not only in the life, but in the whole ecosystem and ecology. In the past, in Vedic literature, you will find such kind of references are there, some incidences are there, where reducing the surface area brought devastating impacts, and enhancing surface area has brought very positive impacts. The trituration technique, the dilution techniques which were used in Ayurveda, which were used in naturopathy, which were used in homeopathy, they were based on nanosciences. They were crude forms of nanosciences. Today we are just trying to define the old existing science. We are not doing anything new. And never we do anything new, because new things happen accidentally. Systematically you cannot plan for new things. And in this process, these innovations happen, and this innovation really transforms life. They transform masses, transform communities, and transform countries. By providing minus power or raising the power by minus, you are enhancing the surface area tremendously. And that's why nano formulations are more effective. In chemistry, there is some understanding. Difference between concentration and activity, all of us we are aware of. When concentration we are using, that is, it's not that all particles are participating in the chemical reaction with the same efficiency. But when you talk of activity, you are considering only the active molecules or active particles taking part into chemical reaction. Same thing is true in the case of nano. And this happens because of the increased surface area. You are all aware. Why these tiny things I want to speak here? Because many students and new scientists are sitting. Just try to understand. But does enhancing the surface area by manifold only work? Is that the enhanced area or active area or active participation of molecules or particles that makes all the change? No. When you bring anything to nano level, many of the properties, and in some cases all of the properties, they change completely. Just imagine You have soils in Tiruchirappalli district here. They are high pH soils. Their sodicity or alkalinity is very high. pH very close to 9. While we used to work in that area. Now pH 9, 9.2 pH, where there is a preponderance or dominance of sodium ion over other cations in the soil. Now you want to replace this sodium with calcium. This is what is required in the case of reclamation of sodic soil. We just want to replace the sodium present on the clay micelles with the calcium. And in this process, gypsum is used. Gypsum is nothing but calcium sulfate. Dot some H2O, you forget what H2O, it is calcium sulfate. Now if you use calcium sulfate and in presence of water and because of equilibrium equation and because of reaction between calcium sulfate and adsorbed sodium, sodium is replaced by calcium. So two molecules of sodium are replaced by one molecule of calcium. This is what is the broad understanding. Now, if you bring this calcium sulfate in nano formulation, what will happen? Those who are studying nanoscience here, first, is it possible to reduce or bring down every molecule to the nano size? Number one. Number two, if you bring down it, you increase the surface area, reactive surface area, will that provide the same kind of exchange phenomena which was happening with the normal calcium sulfate? Absolutely not. Because as I said, many of the properties or some of the properties or all of the properties in some cases, they get changed completely. For example, many ladies and gents, they are wearing gold ornaments here. If you prepare gold ornaments with nano gold particles, what will happen? Can we really prepare them? Can we use those gold particles in nano formulation in Ayurvedic medicine formulations? No. Because when you bring these metals to nano scale, all the properties change. The gold particles which shines when bangles are made or rings are made, if you prepare the nanoparticle of gold, it has a blue color, sometimes dark green color. You cannot wear it. You cannot make any ornament of that. As such, gold is very flexible. So this is how every particle. Now second possibility, instead of calcium sulfate, you go for calcium oxide. It is possible to bring calcium oxide in nanoscale. You can have some kind of technique. You can bring calcium, these nanoparticles of calcium oxide. But will that calcium oxide will provide same kind of exchange phenomena inside the soil? No. That will also not do it. So, the nanotechnology, what message I want to give here? When we say we are conducting conference of nano, we assume in our mind with nano we will change whole landscape. It's not so. Nanoscience has a great potential, but also it has limitations. When I was studying, when you raise the power 10 to the power 6, you come in million scale. Sometimes we call megatons or mega. It is positive power. But positive power should bring positive wisdom. And many a times this positive power brings a negative thing which is called arrogance. Isn't it? In our life, if more money is accumulated with somebody becomes billionaire or billionaire, automatically one thing he gets freely, that is arrogance. This hall is very, very important in my life, because in this very hall, I got first award in my life. Indian Society Soil Science. It has given me zonal award. I'm a rare soil scientist who got zonal award in PG and PhD, both levels. So that time APJ Abdul Kalam, that time he was not the president of India, he was great space scientist. He was here, and our Paroda Saab was there, and JSP Yadav, all old people, now many of them they are no more. So in his hall, I got that award. When I received the award, I went outside with this door. There was a tea time. Dr. J.S.P. Yadav, father of Dr. A.K. Singh, who was former DDG, and Dr. J.S.P. Yadav was former ASRB chairman and former vice chancellor of Haryana Agriculture University. I went to him, I touched his feet. I was known to him and he was also known to me. I said, sir, I got this award. He said, very good, Chaudhary, very good. He has given the patting. Then he was very old that time. That time itself he was 75 or something. Small chair was there, he sat on the chair. I just sat on the ground on my toes. And he said, look, I have read one book of Vinoba Bhave, the Gandhian of old days, Acharya Vinoba Bhave. And he said, this is your first award in your life, but I want to reiterate you one thing. Vinoba Bhave has written one wonderful thing he has written in his book. When one award was given to Vinoba Bhave, and he was never told that you are going to get award in that particular function on the stage he was made to sit. Before he was invited for talk, he was given award and he was refusing with all humility and humbleness. When award was, since everybody was there and everybody started clapping, so he said, I have received award. On the stage he came and first immediately he started his talk with that award. He said, you have given the award. You have clapped and you are thinking that you have done wonderful task, wonderful thing you did with me. But I personally know how much harm it will make. Awards, he said, awards is just like beautiful fruits, which they appear very bright colored, shiny from outside. The moment you remove the epicarp or outer shell and consume it, it has poison inside. Because along with award, automatically, freely you get one thing, that is arrogance. In Hindi or Sanskrit, it is called ahankar. So that thing you get automatically freely. That girl was telling about my awards, so I was remembering. And that's why immediately it clicked to me, this was the very hall where from I got this award. Dr. J.S.P. Yadav told me, and he said, in future also you will get so many awards. But please remember these golden words, keep in your mind, not only in mind, also in your heart. So I learned from him that. So I was talking about the raised power, millions mega versus micro or nano or tiny in local language. So when you increase the power, anything in excess, suppose you are applying fertilizers in excess, requirement is only 40 to 80 kg or 60 to 80 kg and you are applying more than double the dose, what will happen to the soil health? These mega applications will bring irreversible negative changes. Therefore, the power appears to be positive, but the impact is negative. In the case of nanomaterial, power appears to be negative, but benefits are positive. You have taken the university ahead not only in the area of education, but also in the area of research, extension, and beyond that, going beyond the borders, having signing MOUs with international agencies, signing MOUs with national industries. That itself, it speaks volume about the kind of dynamic leadership you are providing. But at this juncture, I would like to wish the university, the organizer, and all the participants a very best luck, very good deliberation, and a wonderful 2 days global conference. Maybe some of the global international participants may be there in virtual mode. That's why you are calling it global conference. So my best wishes to you, and thank you very much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you so much. Namaste.
We request our Vice Chancellor, Dr. A. Velmurugan, sir. Technology, Dr. K. Subramanian, sir.
of our teachers here. Happy Teachers Day. And my friends, I wishes to all the persons here first of all before I give my vote of thanks. Distinguished guests, esteemed speakers, and respected colleagues and dear participants. Gratitude on behalf of the organizing committee and all attendees. First and foremost, I would like to extend my deepest thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. V. Geeta Lakshmi, for her visionary leadership and tireless efforts in bringing this conference to fruition. Your dedication and meticulous planning have set the stage for what promises to be an enriching and enlightening the event. And we are incredibly fortunate to have Dr. Suresh Kumar Chaudhary, Sir, Deputy Director General, NRM, ICR, New Delhi, with us today. His presence enriches our conference and underscores the importance of the discussion and collaborations that we undertake over the course of this event after this. Our heartfelt thanks to Dr. A. Velmurugan, ADH, Soil and Water Management, ICR, New Delhi, for delivering the keynote address, and your presence makes this event more graceful. Thank you, sir. And I also show my profound gratitude to our respected Scientific Advisor of Coromandel International Limited, who facilitated this conference. I also thank our Director NRM for his welcome address. Our sincere gratitude goes to our keynote speakers and panelist people who have come from various government funding agency, DST, DBT and stakeholders. And we all felicitate this event to the score what I have been expected. We are also profoundly grateful to our sponsors. Many people are diamond, gold and silver, whose generous support and commitment have made this conference possible to run the show. Our belief is the importance of this gathering has been instrumental in its success. It's a course for us nanotechnology. A special thanks to our distinguished guests and delegates from around the world, over online and offline. Your participation and enthusiasm are what make this conference truly meaningful and successful, and also impactful. We appreciate your encouragement and look forward to the collaborative exchanges and knowledge sharing that will unfold over the coming days with TNAU. And to the conference, organizing committee and volunteers, and more than our kids, our nanotech students, they toil themselves and they work hard, and teachers and their dedication overall in the department behind the scenes have been invaluable to express my wholehearted thanks to them. Thank you for your unwavering support and for ensuring that every detail has been meticulously addressed. Lastly, I would like to express our appreciation to all the university officers and my colleagues and attendees. Your presence here, your presence and active participation are what bring life to this conference. We are excited about the discussion and interaction that will take place in the forthcoming sessions, which are confident that this event will foster the new ideas and collaboration and advancement in our field with TNAU in near future. It will bring the endeavor with the fruitful blossoms to this university. Then as we proceed with the conference, I encourage everyone to take full advantage of this session and networking opportunities are available. May this conference be a memorable and productive experience for all. Once again, I thank you for all your contributions and support. We look forward to a successful and inspiring conference. And thank you one and all, and thank you so much for all the attendees, participants, delegates, keynote speakers, various stakeholders. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. We